Hey, it's your girl, TSHYNE AI, the mother, Miss Icy Hot, Fire La Flame. You dig? Coming all the way from Baltimore. I'm down here in Charlotte, rocking with Cicada Sounds Radio tonight. We out here. Okay? Shout out BK until I die. Okay? You already know the vibes. Okay, listen, we are out here at the Fire in the Four finale tonight, okay? And it is super lit. I was out here performing with Top Shelf, okay? And we did our thing a little bit, you know. Ha, ha, ha. We outside. But listen, I wanted to do this interview tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because I was really feeling the vibes tonight. I mean, the energy is really high from all the artists. I'm super proud of every artist that has come out here, performed, and competed. And, you know, I just want to give everybody their flowers right now because honestly, it takes a lot to come out here and do what these people are doing and what they're committing to, you know, what they're putting their heart and their soul into. You know, they're putting their money into this. They're getting their bag up to invest in themselves. They're getting their music registered. They putting their stuff out on streaming platforms for you to hear. And I was always coming as a supporter, but also even a bigger supporter to make sure that I got Top Shelf back because they will be on my upcoming album, Shine Time Volume 3, which is an album that is dedicated to, you know, elevating the voices of artists, poets, producers. So it's a whole collaboration album that I will be having coming out this year, 2026. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, you know, Zone 18, that's Greenmount for real, that's East Side, you know what I'm saying? So I am literally here. They would call me a transplant, but this is also my second home, you know what I'm saying? I rep here, I rep there, and I rep Philly, but I don't rep nowhere like I rep home because there's no place like home. You know, everything about my music, I always shout out my city and my music, but I also shout out Charlotte and appreciate, you know, things that have happened. It's been good and bad in both cities, you know, tragedies I've experienced in both cities, but at the same time, you know, you always have to remember that, you know, it's no reward in life without a little bit of pain. You know, God said it was going to be some pain. So I always make sure that I pay respect and homage to both cities and the foundation, my roots that I came from. Okay, so listen, I literally hopped on the track with the girls. We had not performed this ever. We have not recorded this verse that I did tonight, and we literally have never performed together live before. So this whole entire thing that we did tonight, this performance was completely 110% organic, on the spot, raw. Okay, it was raw. So I went in there, I spit a little verse, you know, that I came up with, and it was really a homage to one of my best friends from back in the day. I wanted to shout her out, Cookie. I want to shout you out and tell you I'm super proud of you, Mama. You doing some great things. And back in the day, we used to be rapping together, and she wasn't a rapper, but I would write her a little rap. She might spit something, you know, and I threw back to one of those raps tonight just so we could go ahead and shut it down and let them know TSHYNE is stepping with Top Shelf and behind them all the way in their journey. But when we record the actual verse, it will be all new, fresh bars. You know what I'm saying? But I had a great time with Top Shelf. Their song Outside is just, it's popping, you know. The hook is catchy. You know, they both have some good bars in there. Their delivery is great. And honestly, their energy is great every time I see them. Their energy is so high, then it just draws you in and it makes you want to jam with them. You know, it makes you want to vibe with them. So, you know, I congratulate them for continuously building within, you know, their lane that they're creating for themselves, you know, as young women. Yes. So last year, 2025, I dropped Shine Time Volume 2, and 2023, I've dropped Shine Time Volume 1, which was an EP. Then last year, Shine Time Volume 2, that was an album. And then Shine Time Volume 3 will be this year, and it's going to be an album. I'm also working on multiple EPs and another album. Because I'm genre fluid, I'm working on so many different projects right now. With various genres. I do pop, I do country, I do rock, I do, you know, sub-genres. So I might do some trap soul. I might, you know, throw that in there. My main lane, I would say, is heartbreak music and motivation music. So, you know, I don't know if those are specific we can't call them genres per se, but I would say in terms of categorization, I would say those are my lanes. So anything that's motivational, uplifting, and lets people know that you got to keep going and doing what you got to do. So from this album, I am literally trying to do my best to make sure that I pay respect to artists that are coming out of all different places. So I've got some artists that are from Baltimore, Maryland, where I'm from, so I can make sure, because last time I had some artists from Baltimore, Maryland as well, and I brought back my boy, my best friend, Poppy Famea, for this one. I also got Charm City Herb on here. He's coming, and then I also wanted to make sure I get those collaborations in with Charlotte artists as well, or artists down here in the South, because I haven't really had many collaborations yet. I got one on the way with TSHYNE, and then I had one with OG Scar. Rest in peace to OG Scar. That was my first Charlotte collaboration on a record, and that's out on all streaming, called We Made It. But with this project, I wanted to bring even more artists that I could. So I have Prophecy's gonna be on there. I got my girl Jimmy Fly. She's from Chicago. She's all the way out Chicago. So, we going across the states with it. I got a feature even from French producer on there. I got some producers that are across the states. So, I'm literally trying to use my platform, even though it may be small, to literally shine that light on anybody that I honestly feel like really deserves that time to shine. And that's why I do the Shine Time series. So right now, what I have coming up, I have a lot of things coming up. I recently just became a brand ambassador for Shots by Jay, 2020 award-winning photographer, videographer. So I've got some photo shoots that are coming up next week. I've also got a interview coming up with The Connected with Lovely E. That's going to be dope. That's on Monday. You can look on my Instagram and tune into that. And then I also have a performance coming up on March the 21st at Blush from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for World Poetry Day. So it's going to be great. Shout out to Fiona B for bringing me down and giving me an invite to be the musical guest. I'm truly appreciative, for the opportunity. So we're going to rock that out. I've got some special something. I got a little something up my sleeve for that one, because, rap is technically poetry, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of rhythm. So I'm going to bring some bars, something you can feel. And then I also have next month, I'm coming up with the Queen City Awards. We are doing a hip hop concert. It's going to be super dope. The lineup is crazy, but that is also my birthday. So if you guys want to tap in, link in my bio for those tickets, you know what I'm saying? Come fuck it up with me for my birthday one time, you know what I'm saying? April 10th, that's a Friday night. And then in the future a little bit, we've got the 704 Culture Hip Hop Awards. I want to give a big shout out to Big Cuddy Cutright and all of the investors, the sponsors, the vendors that are going to be there. It's going to be some nice tables set up with some stuff, some services, some things you can go ahead and buy and support people that are out here in Charlotte selling their products. And then we have a dope, crazy lineup coming up with that as well. As far as the artists go, I will be performing live for the first time. I'll be returning to the stage. Actually, the first time that I was at the 704 Culture Hip Hop Awards, I just did the cypher. So this time I'm doing a full performance. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be crazy. You feel me? I'm bringing that heat, and then I'm going to ice the stage out. So make sure you guys come on out. That's June 28th, 2026, June 28th, and fuck with your girl TSHYNE. You dig? I couldn't really describe that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because from my experience being here in the music scene, there are so many different types of artists. Like, I have literally seen some great country artists here. I've seen some outstanding R&B artists here. And I could not put Charlotte in a box because Charlotte is such a melting pot. And then the Carolinas as a whole, you would have to go from Charlotte sound to Fayetteville sound. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go down there to South Carolina. And it's all different types of sounds, and everybody I feel like has a distinct sound. I think the accents are even different, so it will be hard for me to just try to put everybody into a box because everybody's coming with their own different unique flavors, and you never know. Like I literally watch some of these artists and I don't know where they're from, and then when they tell me, I'm from, Lancaster, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just like, wow, seriously, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying, because they're coming with music that I've never heard before, and it's sticking with me. I feel like the artistry here is rich. I feel like people might sleep on Charlotte for the artistry a little bit. They might sleep just a little bit, but honestly, that's why I'm glad I'm in the mix, because it's time to wake them up and let them know, like, it's real true talent here. I come from the city of the arts. Baltimore is the city of the arts, you know what I'm saying? So to come down here and be immersed into the culture here, as far as the arts, the visual arts, I mean, they got body painters that's from Charlotte. They have big name artists here from Charlotte. My girl Mary Mack, she's holding it down, you know what I'm saying? She's got something coming for Charlotte. She's really putting Charlotte on the map, you know what I'm saying? So you got artists like her that are coming with their own unique wave that I feel like people have got to tune in. Tune into your radio stations, tune into Spotify, and find these artists and give them a shot. That's why I'm happy that I get to be at events like this at Fire in the Fort, because you really get to discover new talent that you never seen before, and really pay people attention and give them their time and their space to pop their shit. What I would like to say to any of my supporters, my fans, what I want y'all to know is that we're going full steam ahead. We are not stopping. We are not letting anything deter us. I would love to thank y'all for staying on this journey. The people who have been here from day one, the people who was there in elementary school, middle school, high school, when I'm doing talent shows and I'm singing, you know what I'm saying? And we in the auditorium, we got people standing up. I want to thank everybody that used to rock with me when I was on YouTube and I was singing on there, going viral on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And doing my thing, just uploading videos in my house singing. I would love to thank all of those subscribers that tuned in. That was 17, 18 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And we are making a run for it now. So I would want y'all to look at that. Go back on my YouTube. You could type in TSHYNE AI. My YouTube will come up. See where I was. Look where we at now. And I want y'all to know that there is nothing that you can't do if you jump out there, take the step, take the leap of faith. You understand what I'm saying? Do not let anything stop you from what it is that you believe in. I want people to watch my journey and to see that literally I done took L after L after L after L, hiatus after hiatus. I done had stuff, I feel like I would say overall, I feel like I shouldn't be doing this right now. But then that's exactly why I'm going to keep doing it right now, because I should be down in a grave with my child. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for my child and keep going, because that's what a mother do. And I got two other children that's looking at me as well as my fans. And I got to set that example, because if they don't see anybody do it, they're not going to be able to accomplish their dreams. They got to see somebody do it first. And I'm going to make sure I do it all the way. This has been a great interview. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? We are rocking with Cicada Sound Radio, and we out.